Hey, Sean here from SpeedCubeReview.com. I got a new puzzle. I picked this one up from Walmart. I don't know where else it is. It's probably going to be everywhere that Rubik's brands are. And I want to check it out. I saw it actually a couple weeks ago and I didn't pick it up and then I regretted it. So I went back and got it. So I'm going to also compare this to some older ones. Probably not the original one, just because you can't really find that anywhere anymore. And I'm not really going to use the more Speed QB GAN one because that you don't get in stores right now. So the one you still can get in stores, maybe I'll talk about the SpeedCube version, but these are actually the same thing, but these you can adjust the tensions. And these ones you usually can't. A lot of people are like, oh, you just take off the caps, you have to force them off, but you can adjust them. Not always. A lot of them I've taken apart and there's just a little plastic piece and it's not actually a screw. It seems like they've changed their mind on what they want to do in there, but it's not that you can't adjust all of them. So yeah, but let's look at this. How do I open this up? Can I just pull this straight out? Those plasticky things. Can I just really pull hard? Scissors. Interesting. So looking at this, it actually might be the same design. Oop, there we go. Okay, there's one of those. Where'd the other one go? Oh, there's tape on here too. That way people don't try mixing it up while it's in the package. Good thinking. Out of the box. Well, it's still very loud. It's a little bit tighter and a little bit slower, but it performs nearly the same. Corner cutting, almost about line to line, and then reverse, nearly nothing. Colors, let's look at colors compared to this one. So we've got clear for white, everything's sort of transparent. Blue's a bit light, green's a bit light, yellow's not bad actually. The red is kind of a pinkish color. Where's red? What am I doing? There we go. Okay, let's try to get this apart. So to get these apart, they're hooked underneath. The edge is really hooked underneath the corner, so you kind of have to pull this apart here. There we go. And you can take them apart, no problem. Yep, this is the exact same design as this one. And I can tell, I remember these notches right here that made it quite difficult to take apart. Hooks like that. So you try to pull them out and they immediately lock each other up. So you kind of have to push it down that way. Let's see if this cap will come off in any way. I don't see any glue, but we've got those latches that I could see that are underneath there. Let's just take this all apart. After this, I'm just going to do some solves and kind of call it a day. But I want to see, come on, if I can at least get those latches. Oh no, that is way underneath there. Yeah, that's not easy to take apart. There looks like there is a screw underneath this though. So it might have been that the original ones on this had plastic pieces and then they replaced them with screws later on. This one does have a screw underneath. So if you really wanted to get this in tension, it could work, but I'm not going to at the moment really try to force that out. Mainly because I don't want to ruin it just yet, and I don't want this to be a crazy long video of me trying to take it apart, but let's do some solves. I'm actually, well, I'll do like 5 solves without lubrication, and then I'll set it up just a little bit and do 5 more. Honestly, the design of this is pretty good. And what I mean by that is it's really hard to take apart, and it's nearly pretty much impossible for it to ever pop on someone. It's fairly stable. I mean, if I was to make any adjustments, I would of course make the pieces a little more flexible or rounded in the corners so we could have a bit more corner cutting. Especially when it came out. When this came out, this was surprisingly good. Let's see here, is this thing charged? I'm actually filming with my phone right now, because I wanted to see how that was. My camera, my nice camera, is really nice. And it films in pretty high quality, but I don't think it does 60 frames per second. It does like a fake 60, like a 60i, or I think that's what it would be. But it does something weird, and it works well. I like the quality, but I'm just gonna use my phone for right now and see how that turns out. Might be getting a new phone too, so that would be even nicer. But just trying to get my iPad started up. That way I can time with it, because I can't time with my phone. I could use my StackMat timer, but then I have to connect to my computer, and that's a whole ordeal. Okay, I've got 7% battery. Let's see. Hopefully this will work. I'm gonna move the camera just a little bit though. Okay, that should be good. So, 5 unset-up solves. This is a very loud puzzle. So not subtle at all. Oh geez. Actually, do I have a 15-second timer on here? Inspection. Yeah, I'll turn on inspection. Okay, I think I'm just going to do white cross because that's going to be the easiest to see. Nope. Oh, the +2. I'm not going to add the +2 because I'm at home, and +2s don't matter when you're at home. Debate that in the comments. For people who are probably wondering, this timer is a 5 timer. It's not free. It's like a couple dollars, but it's available on Google and Android. Oh, I forgot I have the inspection on. Where's the green and orange? There we go. Oh, that was bad. Come on. Actually, blue cross is really nice. Yeah. Wasn't gonna let that good. This is why I'm color neutral for crosses that are like that. It was a very easy X cross. Kind of wish I had a regular puzzle for that one. Ah. Low battery thing came up. Okay, let's get some lubrication in here and hope my iPad doesn't die. I don't want to slow it down, so I'm just going to use quite a bit of lunar to add a soft feeling to this. I'm not really going to try to take it apart right now to tension it, but it definitely looks like you can access those screws. You just have to get the caps off somehow. Now the funny thing is, this ball core makes it a very similar design to the GAN 356i. Performance is obviously different. Oh, this is so much nicer already. Okay. Hands are a bit looby now, though. Okay, a better first solve there. This is a lot faster with adding lunar. Okay. I think the one takeaway from something like this with these solves, I mean, they're slower than what my normal average is, but if someone does get a Rubik's brand, it's not holding them back really. I didn't show it, but when I got this, so this one ended up being around like $15, which used to be what the Rubik's brand cost, but now the regular Rubik's brand, the one that just looks like that, oh, I lost where I was in the scramble, was only like $8. So if it was between these two, if someone's looking to get into this, I would definitely say get the regular one, but they perform similarly. Come on. Yeah, I mean, they perform pretty much the same. This one's a lot more expensive right now. It might just be because it just came out. But it definitely looks cooler. Depends if you want something that's more like a showpiece. I think I did that scramble correctly. Oh, this... No, what am I doing? There we go. Got a little bit lost there. Oh, no. Is that 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 16, 15, 17, and this one had 16, 14, 16. Oh, probably the second one. Okay. Quick math, that seems like the second one would be. Okay, so someone said this was called Rubik's Neon, but there's nothing that says neon in here. Oh, there's a lovely stand. I should have just checked that. The stand has a little reflective thing too. Awesome. Now, if I am showing someone like a puzzle, like if I'm going to a school and demonstrating it, which I've done presentations at a couple elementary schools, I'll probably bring this one because they can see pieces turning much more and how this works over this one. This one, people sometimes look at it and if they've never seen a puzzle, they get confused that this is a solid piece and that's a solid piece, and this is a little bit easier to recognize. So it performs the same, nothing's really new, the design's not really different than what this one is. It just looks kind of cool, and adding a little bit of lunar definitely helps. There are screws in there if you do want to tension it and make it your own. So, thank you very much for watching. Leave your thoughts and questions in the comment section below. Hit like and subscribe for more content like this in the future. And as always, stop by speedcubeview.com for more news and reviews.